All right. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Hi, Paul Trani back, and it's good to have you guys here. I'm going to be diving into creating art, creating waves. So this is going to be really fun. We're partnering with the Ocean Agency, and basically it's all about inspiring people to conserve. It's really pretty straightforward, but it's going to be fun to create art around the ocean and ocean elements. So, just want to give you guys a warm welcome. Feel free to say hello in chat, and that would be great. Just so I know I'm talking to people, that's all. Thanks so much for joining me. Either you see you, Sean, Terry Henry's in the house, awesome. Ferry, Hamza, Carol, Masayu, awesome. So hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. It's good to see you guys. I'm gonna switch screens. I'm gonna dive into the content right away. You know what? Let's not mess around, huh? We have a day planned. So let's get this party started. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Howdy Bliss, hello there. Okay, so I'm gonna switch my screen. I'll kind of cover and show you the project, and I've started some things, but let's go ahead and switch screens. Bam, shabam, here we are, welcome. So this is what I'm talking about: create change, create waves. We're going to be creating art. So again, this is what I'm talking about. We're working with artists to inspire and support ocean conservation. So that's what it's all about. Will you be one of them? So I think this is really fun, right? You can see some of the projects that others created, but it's all about tagging it with Create Waves and Adobe Gen Create for a chance for your artwork to be seen. And the thing is you'll submit your artwork, and then hopefully it'll get leveraged in a much bigger way, just so you know, like it was done in Paris. So let's go ahead and see what they did in Paris, and let's kind of get inspired and see what they created right in here. Let's view this virtual exhibit. So that's what this is. But again, there's an opportunity to create so much more, or for them to use if you want to. If you wanna have your stuff shown off by the Ocean Agency, then now's your opportunity. But here's some fun ones, just so you know. Oh, I wonder if He-Man and the art director ever get into fights over design. I wonder who would win. That's good. So this is really fun stuff. It's all about ocean conservation. So here's a nice mix. You know, it's often this photo manipulation. I love this one by Tim Ilhelu. Did a great job. And again, just some fun composites. I like this one as well. Really cool. This was for the Paris exhibition. This one as well, one of my favorites. Just really cool. So there's a lot we can do, right? But let's just make sure we're thinking about, you know, the message. Because in my opinion, and who am I? I'm no one. Sometimes it's getting lost. Like this is where they nail the idea and the execution like perfectly. Yeah, melting ice cream or melting sort of ice. Where are my words today? Where are they? Are melting polar ice caps. So again, this stuff that's done with meaning really just like really comes over quite well. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the photo art. There's also posters that you can create as well. So I'm going to be using largely Photoshop. So Voyage into the Unseen, that's cool. Life in Our Oceans, right? This is cool. So this poster shows kind of the amount of unexplored territory within our oceans, which I think is really cool. So if we take a look, we'll scroll down a little further, by the way, and kind of go over these 7 things everyone should know. Of course, this is the only ocean that we have. Climate change is really about ocean change. So did you know that ocean protects us from the worst of climate change's impacts because we're making it work? It's absorbing 93% of climate change heat. So the ocean absorbs most of the heat, which means our oceans are heating up, right? So think about that. It's like, okay, ocean. Do we do ocean and lava? Kind of like that idea. That could be cool. Scroll down. Feel free to steal any of these ideas. We live on land, but it's the ocean that makes Earth home. So Yeah, so Earth is only habitable because of the ocean. What makes the difference between the ocean and, or excuse me, the Earth and Mars is the ocean, right? So the vast majority of life lives in the ocean, and that, of course, works in our favor. So that's pretty cool. So the ocean produces 70% of the oxygen we breathe. So this is where the idea of like, hey, can we have sort of again a lot of water in the sky? There's sort of water replacing the sky. Like the sky is now the ocean, right? Because that's where our oxygen comes from. So we could think about that, which would be really cool. The ocean's powerful enough to carve mountains. It's powerful enough to save the world. So something powerful there would be cool. Most of the ocean is unexplored, which again brings me to this one right here that I was taking a look at right here. Most of the ocean is unexplored. So those are your fun facts, right? And you can do your own research too on sort of the amount of life in the ocean, how much is explored, how much isn't explored, right? So I think it was like 80%. I don't have the exact numbers. Oh, yeah, 80%. There it is. 80% of the ocean is still unexplored. All right, so let's get into what I'm going to do, right? So I have actually a number of designs kind of already set up, but if you are ready, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears and dive into the design portion. So this is going to be really fun. So again, I have a couple of ideas that I'm going to work with, and hope you don't mind if I get into it right now. Right. What I went and did as well is I kind of looked at sort of sacred elements. So I looked at the sort of the what is the water, the symbol for water, All right, and you'll stumble upon things like this. This is typically the symbol for water. Right in here we have water, which is an upside down triangle. We have fire, which is right side up. Earth is split, and then we have air that kind of shows the top part. So these might be some fun symbols to play with, right? So that's what I was thinking about. 85%. Thank you. Oh yeah, Richard is here. Richard, I want to introduce Richard Viviers. He's the I don't know if you're the CEO or president, but he is Mr. Ocean Agency as far as we're concerned. hopefully that works for you. So thank you so much for Richard being here. I'm going to design, hopefully he likes what I create, and feel free to ask him questions, because again, I think this is going to be really fun. So I'm going to jump in. Let's get to work. Select the triangle tool. And by the way, I didn't even do this yet. Let me show you really fast. If we go back over here, shabam, shaba, right here. Here we are. Scroll down. We've given you a ton of assets to work with. So just add to library, bam, right? And then you'll have all of these assets right over here. Let's take a look. Create waves, shaboom, there we are. And we can start dropping this stuff in and using it appropriately. So we've got some cool artwork that we could use. All right, you guys get the idea. Sean, what's up? And yes, Richard, thank you so much for being here and joining me today. I like this. This might be a cool background that I can consider using. You could take any one of these. I'm just going to rasterize this layer since it is a smart object. But I can jump in and say, hey, you know what? Let's remove this guy. Let's select him with our object selection tool. We could quickly sort of select this guy right here. I usually like to expand your selection to say 10. And then you can do a content aware fill. So there we go. Just kind of getting rid of that little guy, because I might want to use this as the background. Sean's in the house. Oh, Norsh, your mouse doesn't make the bam sound. Mine does. Anybody else's mouse make noise like mine? You do have to add those sounds. But let's go ahead and grab the triangle, right? So we have the element of the earth as we see. We could flip it. This is the element of water, which again, I just think is kind of cool. right? We could take that and say, hey, you know what? Let's put that inside of the triangle, right? So now we have this ocean inside of this triangle. So we have water inside of this water symbol, which works. I like the idea of saying, hey, water being this element and then having a background, of course, behind it, that's something like the desert or something like that. That's kind of what I was looking at, something like this. I love the contrast of colors, so this works out pretty well. Here's another thing I wanted to do. Let's do this. You ready for this? I'm going to make a new guide layout. So this is how I usually split a document. If I want to find the perfect sort of segments of this layout, I could split the columns or the rows. In this case, I just need the columns. So I just needed to find the middle point. So that's all I did. Did that. Boom. Right. Now that there's the middle point. Also, I can just kind of line that up like so. And there we have that. Let's just grab the pen tool. Maybe I use the pen tool. Maybe I don't. Anyways. I could use the pen tool if I want to. Hit P for pen. And we can start to sort of split this up because I'm thinking I'll make a diamond out of this like that. Okay. Let's make that a shape. So here we go. Bam. 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 So kind of making a diamond to add sort of like multiple angles to this. So I don't know. I like it. It's cool as a flat image. Like this is okay, but I think it'll be cooler if I kind of divide that up some more and just like have a cool, I don't know, cool, like showing the different dimensions of the ocean. The ocean isn't flat. It's unexplored. Right now, this is what I've ended up with is I have this lovely sort of, I don't know if you'd call it a diamond shape. But for this diamond shape, I can put different parts into here. So let's just do this. Let's go back to our library. Let's grab cool, you know, any cool image. I want a big wave. Ooh, I like this one. Oh, yeah. Well done. Richard, well done, man. I love these images, by the way. Like, this one's awesome. Like, this is really cool. Maybe do something like that. Clip that in there. Let's see what else we have. Love this one. Could be a poster for Dune into it. So again, we're kind of like saying, hey, you know what? If you separated out the ocean from the rest of the world, it would look like, you know, this. This is what you'd get. No, thank you. Right? You add all the dynamics that the ocean brings, and you get something like this. And honestly, you guys know me. I'll probably make a couple designs. So here's one, by the way. Bam, bam. Let's move that up. We could play with depth with this, and I'm going to do so much more, right? So, and again, nice images. That's what, Michelle, that's what makes this work, because these images are just like gorgeous. Like, I don't know if I'm doing anything that interesting, but this is just gorgeous. So we could take this, we can make it look like it's floating above the surface somehow. So maybe we tint it. We'll just go ahead and group that, and we'll just call this, you know, let's call it ocean. Let's tint. We'll tint this diamond shape a color of the background. So we'll add an adjustment layer right down here. Let's do photo filter. And this just will add a nice warming filter to just the ocean. So let's make sure we clip it. Bam. Now it's just going to affect the ocean, right? So it's just tinting it that gold color. So we could increase the density, or how much it's going to sort of affect that, the photo filter, basically. So cool. Anya, Luca, hello, everyone. Hiya, LinkedIn user. Right, so that's the idea. So thank you so much, by the way. That means a lot to me, Megan, is that, like, you know, there's thought that goes into this. Like, there's a purpose for why we're designing. We're just not throwing a bunch of pretty graphics at it, right? We know this is the symbol for water. we're showing the dimensions of it. So ultimately what I could do is I could show all the, just take, water from these different points with like different maybe animals, right? Mammals in there, right? Just showing the diversity within these triangles. And one of them might not have anything in it, right? Because we do have a portion that's unexplored, which I think is cool. So that's kind of the idea. And I'm glad you're into it. It makes me happy. Do something kind of like that. You get the idea. All right. So let's have some fun with this. Thank you, Megan. I'm so glad we're on the same page. I have so many ideas running through my head that my head's going to explode probably. Okay. So here this is. Let's actually throw a little. I feel like this needs a little shadow at the bottom. Let's sample. B for brush. Come down here. Paint a little. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. But I'm just wondering if this needs like sort of a little shadow of sorts. I don't know. I don't know if that's working. Sometimes when I do composites, I'll really like exaggerate some things. So I might really exaggerate a shadow or a blur to make it look like it's within that environment. Sometimes that means it looks fake, but I try to just like amp up some of those things. But that's kind of what we have. All right. So that's one approach. Oh, we could have so much fun with this. Saving this, we already have one design done. This is looking good. We could play with depth. I feel like I want this to be even larger. And I don't know if it's being portrayed enough. By the way, first of all, thank you, Richard, for giving us all of these gorgeous images that we could use. But we could also go beyond that if you want to. Let's click out here. Let's go. Yeah, I got some jellyfish. But check this out. On Adobe Stock, we'll just change this to free. And right in here, we will search for desert under free on Adobe Stock, just to see what we get. Right? So here's all our lovely desert images. This one's really cool as well. Let's just go ahead and license it. It's free, so hey, that's good. Free is good. Right, and maybe this one will work. Oops. And let's work on, oh, I gotta work on so many things. Maybe shrinking this down. I'm just trying to make the ocean look big. Now check this out. You ready for this? I love this Muriel. Fury, Megan, hopefully you're into this. This background I want to change. I want to scale it up, right? I actually want more sky here. So I will do a content-aware scale. I do this a lot on big images. We'll see what happens. It might work, it might not, but let's just grab this. And as I scale it up, look what it's doing. It's not distorting the land or any of the detail, but it is sort of stretching out these pixels right here and these pixels in the middle right there. So that's what the content-aware scale does. So I want something like that. Cool. Got it. We have that like that. We have our diamond shape. I don't know. I'm just playing with things, guys. All right, I just want my stuff being featured. Right? And I'm trying to figure out, oh, this one might work too. Look at this. This works as well. This is fun. All right, I'm gonna make this canvas a little larger. Gonna grab this. Stretch it out like that. So we just kind of have more of our guy there. I'm basically working on the size. Because everything needs to just be bigger. Like that. Is that working for you? Let's go into canvas size. Did you guys know you could do this? So I typically do my designs for Instagram, which is 1080 by 1350. Okay, so that's the portrait larger size. So I'll do 1080, but I usually do it double the size, right? So that's typically what I do. Just like give me more pixels because I might need to resize things. So you could do 1080 times, so asterisk 2. Tab, and that does the multiplication for you. Same here, 1350 times 2, because again, I want it to be twice, the canvas to be twice the size. Hit tab, and that's the size, sort of 2 times the size of the portrait size of Instagram. So I have room to play with it. Right, but I needed to expand that out. What do you guys think? Help me out here. How we doing? Yes, content-aware scale is amazing. So it's gonna sort of start duplicating pixels that are similar, just so you know. But again, I really like this one. I like where this one's going. This one actually like might work. So I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save this as Ocean 4. So many oceans. All right, here's something else we could do. You ready for this? The Lost Pink Floyd album. I'm into it. Let's have some fun with this, right? So I think this is cool. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm just gonna clean up my layers because this is gonna be a new design. Oh, I had that. I was working on that. I was playing with depth. Oh, that was cool. All right, so there we go. Let's do this. Shabam. Let's do something kind of fun. Let's grab a video, by the way. I actually downloaded some videos from Adobe Stock, just so you know. Downloaded some videos, which I was like, oh, that would be cool if I could use some videos in place of a couple spots. So let's see what I have. There's that. Oh, I got to do that design. I have this one, these nice waves. This could be really cool. So let me see, move the cube up a touch. Good call, Marsha. I'm sure that's a good call. Like, I definitely need to get that squared away. Let's take this, let's drop it in here. Let's create in a smart object. This is a video that we're dropping into. Did it do it actually? Let's see. Double click. Yep. So let's open up the timeline. Here's the timeline, right? We can click play. So that video is in Photoshop. So instead of having still images, we're gonna add some video and add some motion to this, right? Because we want to grab everybody's attention. Like we want to make sure that, you know, this gets some eyeballs, you know? So there it is. And now let's have some fun with it. Command T, let's stretch this out. You ready for this, people? All right. This is the flat image, but check this out. Let's do this. Let's just try this. Let's get rid of this other stuff. We don't need it. Let's go with just the video. We're going to duplicate it. Command J. And we're going to put it in each one of these segments. So there it is. Now we're going to go to our timeline. We're going to create a video timeline. Layer 4 is not that long. We don't need this to be 32 seconds, by the way. So anyways, let's have this go for like 10 seconds. Let's twirl down these layers. We can see in the timeline we have those same layers, right? All these different shapes, images. But what we're concerned with are these little video clips. So we're gonna go ahead and transform it. Let's go in about 5 seconds. Right, let's add a keyframe. Let's scrub back. And really I need to do this with all of these. So I'm going to do it with all of these video clips. Transform. Come on, buddy, we're waiting. We're waiting. There we go. There we go. So we have 1, 2, and then 3. Scrolling down, clicking transform. So I don't know if scale is going to work, but I don't really need to scale it anyways. I'm just going to move this content. So we're going to go back to frame 1. And for each one of these, we're going to move it. So for this one, that's this side. We're going to move like so, maybe move it down, get a more interesting angle. Let's see if I could do a Command T and scale it. I'm just going to see if this works. Oh, amazing. It's going to work. So the transform works for scale, I think because it's a smart object. It works for move, and let's try rotate. So let's rotate it like that. Hit enter. Oh yeah, and rotate. So if you make it the video clip, if the video clip's a smart object, you can manipulate it all you want, and then it's going to animate it. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Like all of this is going to be kind of moving, and it's going to end up landing on that sort of flat frame. All right. Next one. This one here. Rotating that around. This is looking really cool. This design, this looks awesome. Reminds you of the movie Oblivion. I like this angle. This is just cool. Just like rotating it that way. And we'll offset it like so. Maybe we'll have this one go up a little more, right? So it just like kind of shows those sharp edges. I really like this. I might even leave this. This might even work well the way it's at now. So I don't know if rotating it's really going to do anything. King 30, Remorda the Third, hello. All right, so there that is. How come it did not? What just happened? Oh, did I undo? Let's redo. Anyways, let's rotate it, move it up, hit enter. Oh, I think we have a better idea, by the way. So let's just see how this looks. I'm just going to click play, and we'll watch it animate into place. Very slowly. So what it's going to do is everything is going to start rotating, and then it makes the complete picture. So it's supposed to be like a big reveal at the end. That's the idea. Oh, Bruce Gonzalez, you were so nice. Thanks, Bruce. The Phantom Zone. By the way, what do we want to do? Like, ultimately, like, yeah, use After Effects. I'm using Photoshop just to try to make it easy for everybody, and this is a Photoshop masterclass. But easily I jump into After Effects and use After Effects to do a lot of this motion. It's just going to give you a little bit more flexibility. I think it renders faster, Cody, just so you know. But that's what's happening. It kind of comes into play like that, and there's our design. Right, so we could have it do that. We could have it connect and then animate back out too. So we want to create a looping animation. It means taking this keyframe, copy. Let's see if I could, hopefully I could paste it. No. All right, so that's one thing that. Paste. Yep. So now this will create our little looping animation. Copy. Here we go. Last one. There we go. Save it. And we have this idea done. I'm going to render this out, and I'm going to get it posted to good old Instagram. So let's make a video. And then I actually do want to... I have so many other ideas that I want to do, actually. But let's render this out. That'll do its thing. And yeah. So After Effects will put it in a pre-comp if there's a layer a clipping mask on it. Fairy, just so you know. I'm nine times out of 10, I'm 90% sure about that, just so you know. So, okay, so that's rendering. I'm actually going to jump into After Effects since Photoshop's kind of tied up now. And you know what? You guys demand entertainment. You need to be entertained with graphics. You're insatiable. Right? I get it. I got a job to do. So let's do this. You ready for this? Just give me 1 second. Just switching to my other screen so I don't reveal everything. All right, let's jump into After Effects while Photoshop is rendering. So, and since somebody was asking about After Effects, why not? Skulls and Flowers. Man, I like it, Marcia. I've kind of pulled back from the Skulls and Flowers lately. And now you want it. I thought I was like kind of being like, everybody's like teasing me about it. So anyways, I did want to point this out because this is pretty cool too. It's like this whole idea of like, I don't know. I just think this would have worked also for the contest, if you will, or the challenge, right? It's funny. We go looking for habitable land like on other planets when we have it here on Earth. So it's like, hey, maybe there's fish in space. You know what? There's fish on Earth. How about we take care of them before we go mess with another planet, huh? That's my 2 cents. All right. Here I am in After Effects. What I'm going to do, and actually what I did already, is I just grabbed some video footage of that I can't even find now. It's probably in my downloads somewhere, buried. Here we go. Look at these lovely jellyfish. You know, and I'm thinking, okay, like, the Earth is, all life on Earth is supported by the ocean, and a lot of these, you know, sort of microorganisms that we don't even see. So it's interesting to think about this. Some of the smallest things bring sort of the largest, bring life to the rest of the world. So that's why I thought, okay, well, this jellyfish, it's also very spacey looking, as we know. But I took that, brought it into After Effects. Here we are in After Effects. Let's grab that wonderful little guy. Here he is. Here's the jellyfish. I've already kind of masked it out, so let's just double click. And by the way, what did I do here? How do you mask in After Effects? Like, so I actually have, you know, all these jellyfish, and I just want to isolate one. Just grab your rectangle tool, click and drag, and just isolate that one piece. So that's like creating a layer mask, right? And you can see it right down here. Here's your mask. Okay, so there that is. On this other layer is this, is sort of like the alpha mask for this. So what we want to do is we want to change the track matte. And let's turn this off. I'm using this Luma matte, and what it's doing is it's using this top image. So this is the Luma matte, if you will. Here's the Luma matte. And then it's being applied to the layer beneath it. So that's how you just basically like knock it out using a sort of a Luma matte. So there it is floating around. I'm like, okay, well, let's do that. Let's take the Earth, and put it on top. So let's do that. Why not? Scaling it down. All life is supported by these little microorganisms. You know, it's like the ocean, like, really absorbs all the heat and generates so much oxygen for the rest of the planet. And it's all these little, like, phytoplankton that are like the, you know, the plants of the sea, right? That are producing a lot of this oxygen that we have. So here we have this. I'm going to go ahead and convert this into a pre-composition, which I've already done because it's actually right over here. Let's take a look at it. I hope. Scale it down. Okay, mask this out. Give me a second, everyone. We're making a space jellyfish. Oh. Sorry about that. So remember, you have to have this layer selected. Since I want to make this a mask, I'm selecting the ellipse up here. And now I can go right here and click and drag. And now we're revealing the image underneath. Let's take that, let's scale it down. Again, quick and dirty, by the way. I'm trying to get a lot of this done in a short amount of time. And there we have that. We could have this bottom part fade out because guess what? Just like in Photoshop, we can have, you know, a layer mask inside of a smart object. And then we can add a mask on top of that smart object. That's essentially what we're doing here. I'm creating this new mask, but for this mask, I'm going to blend it. I'm going to feather the bottom. So I'm feathering that so it blends in with the bottom there, like so. Blending, right? And get that nice transition, like so. Does that make sense? You guys catching a vision for what I'm doing? They sting too, don't forget that. Okay, so we have that. We could play with the blend modes just like we can in Photoshop. So like I'm trying overlay just to see if we can get a cool look. And I really like this look. I like sort of being able to see the earth. And I need to make the earth undulate with that same motion. So this is gonna get a little tricky, right? So, but I'm gonna attempt to do it. Thank you so much, Cody, for posting that. Might be the plankton vines twirling around the earth. So like, yeah, all these like jellyfish tentacles kind of twirling around the earth. Great idea. All right, but I do need to see this first. So let's just kind of do that. And let's go ahead and just do a Bezier warp. We're gonna apply a Bezier warp to this shape, the earth, just because it makes me feel powerful doing these fun warps. And let's check over on our render, by the way. I think it might be done. Let's check our desktop. Disregard my messy desktop, but it's not that bad. So here's the first one we did. Fun little animation, pretty easily done. That's kind of fun. What I would want to do is I'd want to re-render this and make sure it stops on that last frame. So it needs to stop right here, show the animation, and then animate back out. So that's what needs to be fixed out of this one. But again, it only took us 20 minutes. It's not bad. I'll get it posted, not to worry. Let's get back into After Effects. So idea number 2, and this isn't even like I have 12 ideas. I'm gonna just show you how to do this, and then we're gonna, since my rendering is done, I can jump back into Photoshop. Okay, look at all these vertices that we have. These are each one of the little points on this earth, right? So, oh man, so many things I want to do. Let's make sure, make it so we can see the background. Wait for it. What did I just do? Oh, I put it on top. I'm sorry about that. There it is. Anyways, I'm just kind of giving it a background. See it a little bit better. Maybe this is going to be in water. I don't know. So I'll think about that. And let's go to Richard's lovely images. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, yeah. Like something like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Something like that. There we go. Okay, turn on this layer. I was in the wrong project. There we go. Yeah, I think I had 2 different projects. Okay. We'll just go with this one. Sorry about that, everyone. Just give me a second to get back up to speed. There we are. I had 2 different projects. Add keyframes. And then I'm just going to show you how to distort this really fast. Right? By grabbing these points. Oops. Hold on. Select, you got to select this, boom. And then you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mask off of it because I'm accidentally selecting the mask. There's the Bezier warp. So there it is. So I'm basically distorting it any way I want. So that's what I would do. You guys got it? You guys got it? Does that give you enough to kind of go with and see how you can animate all that fun stuff? Cool. All right, let's move on. Awesome. Welcome back, Jason. Jason's really the After Effects video audio guy. So I'll let him take care of that. So that means I get to jump back into Photoshop. Yay. Good for me. Let's work on something else because I had another idea, and these are just like I'm giving you guys opportunities and just like eyes and ideas to work with. So let's do this. I want to make like a small world, which I absolutely love. Like let's take this picture of this ocean. Let's scale it up. So we'll first just duplicate it. Command T. Let's throw a little gradient. There we are. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Like that. There we go. Just merge these. Let's scale them. And let's flip it. So this is going to make sense in a second. Let's flip it vertically. Let's do Command J, Command T, Command flip horizontal. Doing everything really fast now. I ain't got time, guys. I'm gonna run out of. So I'm making the left side match the right side. That's what I'm doing now. Okay, let's take those. Sure, let's just merge them. Let's go into filter. It's been a while since I've done this, but let's try it. Distort polar coordinates. Right? Distort polar coordinates. You can see what it does. This gives you that small world look. Right? Takes that top edge and bends it. We'll click OK. There we have sort of the start of a small world. Usually I take this, I add a couple of layers. Like I have this one as well, so this might be good to use too. What do? We do the same process. Blend it. There we go. Merge layers, Command J. Command T, flip it horizontally because we want the left to match the right. So it just gets seamed up just fine. Boom, there we are. Something like that. Command T, flip it vertically because it rotates from that top edge. And then let's just do polar coordinates again. Bam, there we are. We now have two Earths or two like polar coordinates that we can play with. Right, so we'll take that, maybe make that a little larger. You get the idea. All right. And cool. So we have that. Now let's add some more to it. you don't mind. All right, cool. All right. Let's do this. I can cut out some of these animals. We can take this shark. I really like this one. There we go. You know I'm in a rush when I start to be quiet. When I get real quiet and they're like, oh, he must be really working. Not that I wasn't before. All right, there's this. Rasterize layer. Let's do this. You ready for this? Magic button. Properties panel. Remove background. Shablam. There we go. Make that a smart object. Command T. Shrink it down. Yeah, you know what? I'm liking this. I like this idea. Like, it goes back to that idea of sort of so much oxygen being creating from the ocean. So we're making the sky, right? We're making the sky the ocean. So that's why we have this guy floating out there, right? We'll get some more out there as well. We'll bend some more things. But from there, let's just go ahead and distort this guy. Using warp. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use puppet warp. There we go. Just kind of puppet warp him around like that. Cool. Yeah, go to the aquarium, get some footage in the aquarium. Now, I did cut out a beautiful image. This one, maybe this is the one I'll use. Let's try it. Let's try it out. Okay, you ready? We're gonna do a polar coordinates. Bam. Oh, but I forgot to duplicate this image and flip it, fade it out. All right, how are we doing on time, guys? I only have a minute or so, which means I'm going to start an entirely new project. Just kidding. I would say we did quite a bit in a short amount of time. Bam, there it is. There's the ocean. Again, I'd put that back there. I can play with the blend modes. I'll work on this some more, by the way, but this whole idea of like having the sky, the ocean. So give me time to work on that. Another thing I did is I was using Pixel Squid, right? So that's going to give you 3D elements to play with that you could bend around and, use different angles, say for this whale. Let's do something like that. There's that whale that can be positioned maybe on this side, like that. We'll throw a school of fish in there. All sorts of fun things. So, Mayor, hopefully you get the idea. Let's kind of rewind at all my files. Here's another one I was working on. You guys are probably familiar with this one. Sort of this impossible triangle, which I thought was fun because I like this idea. This cutaway look will be cool to do for the project. But really, it's these two that are the standout ones that I kind of spent the most time on. This one, and this one that I will spend more time on. There we are. I'll work on this one as well. So many ideas. so little time, but you guys have till like, I think late August to knock out something. So feel free. We'll make sure we get this link posted, right? Which is to this Ocean Agency. Big thing is all you need to remember, you just need to post to these hashtags. This hashtag create waves and then Adobe Gen Create. I'm going to be doing that for my own Instagram later on, just so you know. And so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be down below. You can see it, PTRANI. Thanks, everybody. Cody Bear, Carol, Steve, Michelle, Susan Wilson, Alejandro, stick around. We got more masterclasses up today, guys. I'm so excited that you guys are with me today. Take care. Have a beautiful one, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks so much.